Again, welcome to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, thank you very much for choosing and thank you very much. CDB on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Someone subscribe to the channel now. We want to entreat you subscribe to the channel and turn your notification. Make sure the notification turn and ube choose all so that by anytime their content ever drop you as and we are first to have it on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, and now we brought you some of the excellent analysis that was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Two of them, one on the local Black Stars and Sem Costello. We spoke about this. We know you don't really love the Black Stars and Sem, but we brought you some of them, and of course, and then it is purely foreign. All the three broadcasting purely foreign hours on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And of course, I mean, all the clubs now are back in football in 3 days. 3 days. Almost all of the clubs in Europe now are back in football. What club? And saying some also a lot of the conversation is going on. And I want to tell you, first of all, social club it's Real Madrid. Madrid are making a huge step towards getting a branch of Xavi Alonso to be their manager once Carlo Ancelotti leaves, and it coincided with Josep Guardiola. All free team my friend in Manchester City somewhere in 2027. If you want Man City may be looking at Guardiola's replacement from Xavi Alonso. Again, Madrid also will be looking at replacing that coach your friend Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid, and that is something very, very huge and monumental. Once that happens, of course, other players are returning now. Our town in Madrid, a branch friend Federico Valverde was in town. Or the Madrid fans may did in common El Chinguito Asia and any did common. We have that analysis was in similar Vinicius Jr. A country a branch friend Federico Valverde will speak about it. And also, if you go to the other side in Spain, there's a conversation of say Atletico de Madrid for an air say a branch Papa, your friend Diego Simeone may leave Atletico Club de Madrid as a manager, and almost a chef replacement for him. A lot of the names have gone up. I am thinking, said this manager can be the next one for Atletico de Madrid. Then there is Barcelona, still only a big in signing a left winger, a centre forward to replace in their team. Are they going to get it? And there is an analysis going on who the real proper left winger and I say Barca for. I don't know. The conversation around Barcelona see maybe won't come on. And obviously, our Chelsea Football Club and the English Premier League, there's a lot of good news for Manchester City. Our branch here friend of John Stones are returning to come and do some excellent stuff for team and friend of Manchester City. He is back in the fray. Kevin De Bruyne are returning to full training. Ellen Haaland must be 1% man contract extension. Then see, and now the best news befell Chelsea midfield maestro Moises Caicedo. And I think that if you are a man, one of the best days of your life, I do not have a kid, but almost will be what would have catch us the best days of every man's life. And he said, and Moises Caicedo, and I'll say the birth of the first shot and Baba, and it was huge. And it coincided with the conversation of the data about Montian. As a actress, Caicedo, the best midfielder in the English Premier League this season. You be ready more. Then the conversation about how it looks, as you said, as the day goes by, it looks clearer and clearer. Say a branch friend Romeo Lavia may not play against team friend Leicester City. It means that obviously the two South American players no matter be PM back from South America in the international break come back Chelsea. They would have to play for Chelsea and start against Leicester United. What's the analysis like? How will Enzo Maresca get the best of a branch friend Enzo Fernandez playing next to a branch friend Moises Caicedo when a branch your friend Romeo Lavia and you're fully fit to play against the team against Leicester City? And that's the conversation. We'll ask you a huge question. First of all, just before we get into the details of the analysis that was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, my first question for you is: so where Chelsea here? And I said, oh, you're Chelsea fan. Romeo Lavia most likely on team mobile be against a team friend Leicester City. He may have been injured by the time I gave Neighbor Crossing on Saturday. Mind you, a Saturday early kickoff in a Chelsea match. So my first question, be saying say Romeo Lavia if you can play on team more. Enzo Fernandez, Kenan Drisby-Hall, any branch your friend Cesar Casade, who should play as the partner to Moises Caicedo on Fiifi-Manfred. Kenan Drisby-Hall, don't forget that he has stayed on our Chelsea Cobham throughout the whole international window. No, one baby, so you're fresh. He can go on and play in the former team at Leicester City. Again, in Kofoka say they don't really get the best out of Keenan Dewsbury or Titan bench. Say Enzo A to Kanya Banasa or a jet lag. Should Chelsea play Keenan Dewsbury next to Moises Caicedo? And tell me about it. I will link him. I will comment section him. Let me know about it. Do you want Enzo Fernandez and Keenan Dewsbury and as a branch of Cesare Casade or Cesare Casade to play as the partner to a branch of Moises Caicedo in that double pivot against Leicester? And as I say Enzo Fernandez and as I say a branch of Cesare Casade and it is uncommon. Now we'll get into that proper analysis, Chelsea analysis later. But yes, starting in Real Madrid. And there is a report from Germany. And in the Leverkusen area of Germany, you know, Madrid for have a pre-contract agreement with a branch of your friend Xavi Alonso. Now I know so Fabrizio Romano did reiterate that reportage, you know, and it is clear that Madrid for have a branch here your friend Xavi Alonso in their mind. In fact, it is thought that at the time where Real Madrid and Liverpool wanted to get a replacement for Jurgen Klopp, Omni Xavi Alonso Edin Commodore. A branch of friend Xavi Alonso did tell them said he didn't want to move for Bayern for Leverkusen because now Real Madrid you know him say in the next season or two, coach a friend Carlo Ancelotti was obviously going to leave Real Madrid, and when he did, there's going to be a huge opportunity for him to become the coach of the Los Blancos of Real Madrid. Obviously, if you know the history of a branch of friend of Xabi Alonso, he is a huge legend of the club, gone through the ranks from Liverpool, and as a Spaniard, no, definitely would want to coach Real Madrid. And with what he has done at Leverkusen in Germany, when he was going head to head with coach your friend Thomas Tuchel in the German Bundesliga, winning it, almost going unbeaten throughout the season, but then only lost the final of the Europa League final against Gian Piero Gasperini of Atalanta. No, it tells you the pedigree and what a branch of friend of Xavi Alonso building our team friend Leverkusen. And again, social Leverkusen for ball how they play off the ball, on the ball, and the mentality he's building at Leverkusen, it suits Madrid. Now watch that Madrid for a consistent at the Santiago Bernabeu, even when they are losing, there are moments where they're able to summon a win, there are moments where they're able to dig deep and then get an equalizer, get a win, and that's how Leverkusen was. Watch the Leverkusen games are consistently. They play against Leipzig, Lucy match, then the last minutes go from Fiifi-Manfred. They play against Dortmund, then Victor Boniface, jump high, and he gets a goal, then he gets it from Gilmado. That's the semblance of Madrid spirits, you know. Leverkusen for any Xavi Alonso elbow. So he's going to fit like a glove when he goes to FC Real Madrid, and we wait to see how that's going to go. And it's confirmed for Madrid for set the favorite to replace Carlo Ancelotti. So for Real Madrid, it's going to be a branch of your friend Xabi Alonso. Like I did say, Madrid for are returning to football in 3 days. Big game for them. Of course, Mbappe, Anko international break, Jude Bellingham return. Nothing happened to him. Eduardo Camavinga, Brahim Diaz, Federico Valverde, Vinicius Jr. Not so good one for him against Tima in the international break. But he comes back and he wants to come and play football. And Madrid for would want to win this one. It's an important one in the conversation. Yet it is one Shania Madrid for Ebe Yusu Abrantia Yefreno Federico Valverde at right back, of course, because of the injury of Dani Carvajal, Lucas Vazquez, and all of these things. Now, there are some academy players on the Castilla, Carlo Ancelotti, Eshe, to bring in into his Real Madrid team. It's important for him. He wants to get the depth, he wants to get the players and trust some of these young boys. Some Real Madrid team, no matter what team, your friend Real Madrid, and it's important on Sunday. Madrid a huge one, and they know that they want to go and play the good one. Of course, at centre back, he expected say Antonio Rudiger and Asensio, the young centre back. Ofri Castilla as the centre back pair against team my friend Leganes. Both of them standing next to each other to play next to each other against Leganes. Now it's very, very important because of the injuries, obviously. Also, our Real Madrid team, David Alaba, are returning to full training. And in an interview, Abra Federico Valverde, wife a fan from airport, El Chiringuito for and almost Federico Valverde share against Real Madrid. Now the interviewers, Ebisa Federico Valverde, said, Valverde, what did Vinny tell you on the flight? Did he like your goal? And Federico Valverde say more or less with laughs, saying that yeah, at some point in time, now say Vinicius and Ejine go no. But that's why Brazil needs, what team can be bracer or Vinicius, a branch friend Federico Valverde did point to that about Vinicius thought about his goal now. Real Madrid are considering copying the Bernabeu Hotel at the Valdebebas. Of course, their training center. The club is considering offering tours to the Sport City in the near future. Revelo and Ekasa 7 for Real Madrid. They expect it against Leganes.Madrid 4 are going to line up in Antonio Rudiger, Raul Asensio, Federico Valverde at right back, Fala Mendy at left back, Eduardo Camavinga. I'm thinking that Eduardo Camavinga rather will go to right back, and then Federico Valverde goes into the deep. Luka Modric, Jude Bellingham, Brahim Diaz, Vinicius Jr., any Kylian Luton, Mbappe be the leader lines for Tima, your friend Real Madrid when they play against Leganes this weekend. Of course, a branch your friend Lucas Vasquez go through the rehabilitation process now, and then he wants to get fully fit for Tima, your friend in Madrid. Madrid are back in conversation this weekend, and it's going to be a very, 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 very huge one. Of course, for FC Barcelona, something very intriguing happened. Rodri Cascante should be careful. And it looks as if said Rodri has chosen a side. And the side know what choosing. He has chosen to side with Barcelona rather than siding with Madrid. I'll explain. Now, what happened in the Ballon d'Or conversations now, and how Rodri Cascante, AJ Ballon d'Or, if Vinicius Jr. Sam. Now, a lot of Madridistas had issues, said they didn't believe said Rodri Cascante was the proper person that deserved the Ballon d'Or ahead of Vinicius Jr. To them, it was Vinicius Jr. that was the best in the calendar year. Now, there are a lot of disagreements all across. Now, Rodri interview and in an interview, this time not with El Chiringuito, interview called with El Hormiguero. I was Spain, Horman. Now, it was an interview where they trophy, ne Ballon d'Or, no winning, the Spanish press, didn't come on, interview about a lot of things. Now, in Sembakwe PMU in that conversation with Rodri Cascante was clear. Rodri Cascante said, one day the best player in the world on enable. If Rodri and I Lionel Messi, what they say, so Lionel Messi, ne performances, players from the ball in him say Ronaldo a good in terms of on any talents, but he is good in the box. So you just have to prevent him from getting into the box. For Messi, Messi is super across all the field of play. Rodri are doing training. Now, when he said it, there's a point I disagree with Rodri Cascante, and the point is that the thing that Nipa Bibri Eka said, Ronaldo doesn't have natural talent. It is ingenious to say, and yet no correct, and yet it is not right. It is not the truth. Ronaldo has excellent talent also. Yes, he does more over his talent. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have talent. He does a lot more than you will see. I mean, he's not aesthetically pleasing like Messi, and he puts in a lot more effort every day for you to see. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't have talent. He has a lot of talent. But Rodri essentially, after winning the Ballon d'Or from Vinicius Jr., after singing the song and the chant against Abrante Feno, Vinicius Jr., after saying Lamine Yamal, Barca player, is going to win the Ballon d'Or the next time, and also Messi over Ronaldo as the GOAT of football, Rodri Cascante. This weekend, on the Ballon d'Or, be free Spain, Manchester City in Manchester. This weekend, Manchester City game on mobile. There's good news for them. Like I did say, Kevin De Bruyne and retaining from the injury now, full-time is going to do full-time training now. A branch of friend Ellen Holland, Manchester City want to give him a contract extension. John Stones, excellent news for Manchester City. He has returned into the fray. Top player for that matter. A branch of friend John Stones, he was instrumental in that treble winning season for team friend Manchester City. Even last season, a branch of friend John Stones was excellent in that regard, and he is going to return to Manchester City again. Away from that, on the same day, a branch of friend Rodri Cascante and the Ballon d'Or trophy, for the very first time, a player of English Premier League in well over a decade away winning Ballon d'Or, and the first player wearing the sea blue of Manchester City or the sky blue of Manchester City, our winning Ballon d'Or, and also Rodri and the trophy for them to see. So we're winning that trophy, which is an important one over there. And talking about FC Barcelona, Barca himself at the left wing area. Regardless of the results that Abrante and Rafinha are chaining out, they know. Say Wushes are near Rafinha on the ball, off the ball, how he's playing without the ball, how he's staying. I mean, everything that Rafinha AM, the numbers, the end products, the goals, the assists, the creativity. Obian himself, Rafinha, a right winger, baby, Lamine Yamal, Ebor, and Rafinha Ebor. Now, last season, a time when Xavi Alonso tried to try and accommodate Lamine into the team, to try and push Rafinha to the left wing. He's not a natural. I mean, Rafinha did his best, but last season wasn't his best. But this season, Obiang said Rafinha is playing way above and beyond the limit as a left winger in Bono Person. In fact, Obiang watching Rafinha Biabeka said this season, he has probably been the best player in the world in terms of the attacking numbers and attacking point of view. Yes, the output, he has been one of the best. But again, Barca are trying to look beyond the ordinary and say, because any natural left winger, maybe with time, the numbers are going to take a nosedive, kakra. And when they do, they should be able to have a contingency plan in the offing. And nothing about Barca air chain, air pushy, quite a lot of places to go and look for a left winger. Because for them, when Rafinha is out of the fray in the left wing, that's the results name. That's what moms are output now. They really, really need somebody that understands and is a natural in the left wing area that will slot in. And it's also a list of players. There was already a talk of a branch here. Your friend, Nico Williams, and Barca didn't come out in the summer. Of course, it didn't lead to any form of fruition until Barca had to pull out of the deal. The boy didn't want to leave the box area. Again, there's the conversation of Napoli for winger Fiifi-Manfred. Now, Enra from Naples, any Napoli, all the Neapolitan outlets are reporting something very, very instrumental and simple. Said Giovanni Manuel, the sporting director of Napoli, said he has spoken to a branch of Fiifi-Manfred. They've started the contract negotiation and renegotiation in terms of what a branch of Fiifi-Manfred can do and cannot do. Now, the plan is that for them, on person extending Kavicha contract, on person making sure say Kavicha a team a friend in Napoli, but by the season ending, so on more indication, say on extended because Opesika more. Now on Napoli for an 8 million fan manner. What they'll do is that they'll sell him. Until there is a possibility, say Kavicha beats Marco Barcelona, but it looks more likely. Say there is one player or not any closer to joining FC Barcelona than even Fiifi-Manfred or any of those players. And AC Milan for Portuguese left winger called Rafael Leao. And Macani several times here. Rafael Leao ain't consistent. Rafael Leao will issue sometimes in terms of the general output of the money team, how hard he works for his team, how hard he works on the ball, how hard he works without the ball. The quality of play, sometimes Rafael Leao will not give it to you. And in Premier, Rafael will issues with with AC Milan for coach Paulo Fonseca in terms of what he gives the team. There's a possibility of he leaving AC Milan, but in terms of ability wise, the quality of what a player can give you, what he can give you from the left wing area, the creativity that he can give you, the quality on display, how he can turn possession over and then create nothing out of something. Rafael best of pace, stop starts, then he quickly turns it over, then make sure to be creative. In terms of wide creators for me, maybe a branch of friend Mohamed Salah in terms of ability, and a better branch of friend Rafael. And he comes and now see the report from from Portugal and Spain. The Iberian Peninsula, two countries, almost the other side of the Iberian Peninsula. It's clear that both of them, they want to flex their muscles. Portugal for the reporting, so a branch of friend Rafael can join my team, my friend Barcelona, and he's obsessed with joining Barcelona. Barca for in himself, a branch of friend Robert Lewandowski gets very, very old, and they would also find a replacement in the number 9 position or a center forward. And they are looking at to be said Jonathan David, who is one of those names to possibly come in and join. Then there's also a branch of friend of Rafael Leao as a left winger. Now, what we are hearing from almost all of the outlets at Portugal, any outlets now, even in Spain, are very clear. Yeah, say a bunch of friend Rafael Leao, or you're very much enthused about Barca movement. Now, this is the report. Reports, they said Rafael Leao wants Barcelona. He is crazy over it. He believes they are at a great level. This is continuing to grow under Hansi Flick, and a stadium that's going to be the best one stand. He wants to join the team where he can win big, and then Barca tempts him into a very, very clear. So, branch your friend Rafael Leao. may join FC Barcelona because Opeba said Jumano he may want to go on and go and get a job done. I think that Ebeye the biggest signing for Barca in a very, very long time if they're able to get a branch friend Rafael Leao. And of course, Rafinha look beyond the hard numbers now, given the right environment, quite sure he would explode and that's definitely what Rafael Leao everything ya big team your friend FC Barcelona they want him, they want to push him in, they want to bring a brand here friend Rafael Leao into the conversation. Now there's this thing Hansi Flick on a calendar through to straight or I mean the season calendar Hansi Flick at the Ashim say or no. He believes that Barca will be above the Champions League final. It's actually to echo Barca for them. In Hansi Flick's office, there is a portion of that calendar where the final Champions League final on the UCL final on a Saturday or they are kind of listening on, and that is how Hansi Flick prepare for this season. Dear Barca, maybe I don't know if you believe we are Barca. Let me hear from you. Do you think that Barca able to me about Champions League final this season? They can go on and go and play in a Champions League final and answer Jindi in that regard. How do you think that is going to go? Yesterday there was an award ceremony, and on the lighter side, for the very first time, so back about months ago, I ran to a friend called Palmer. Echo one place where during holidays on any girlfriend in a PA. And that cool Palmer and any girlfriend in Emma Bontina. But officially there was a GQ Awards. Young players who we are say Cole Palmer now. There was the conversation. There was a bunch your friend what's his name? I mean now you saying both or Honum, Kobe Manuel or Honum, and then all of these guys that come around Noni Madwe Kesukobi and a Cole Palmer and then a girlfriend and call Honum for the very, very first time at Cole Palmer and then a girlfriend AP in that chicken. And then people are talking about Cole Palmer girlfriend, a very pink thing, what he came with he looks as he's a Cole Palmer enjoying a life as a player. Of course, what Chelsea. So one of the other tidbit news I yet and they say Chelsea goalkeepers coach your friend Enrique Hilario handy in resignation at Chelsea. So by joining Thomas Tuchel. So by Thomas Tuchel left England and German. One of the people that he wanted no Anthony Barry, the assistant at Chelsea on Enugu FC by Munich. No, it's not say assistant for Roberto Martinez out of the Portuguese national team now. Thomas Tuchel has managed to get Abrantia friend Anthony Barry onto his team, and no Sansupe goalkeeper trainer, he has gotten it in Abrantia, your friend Enrique Hilario. Now, if you look at Thomas Tuchel, the main assistant in that low money they decided to move on because of the movement of Abrantia friend Thomas Tuchel, and they want to go and start their own coaching careers on their own. But Enrique Hilario handing in resignation, so we free Chelsea. Now Abrantia, your friend Thomas Tuchel, Ababe and the boss or the England national team. And right in the English Premier League this weekend games there, but Chelsea big game against Leicester City. Question and maybe Sao at the beginning still holds on. Do you think strongly say Chelsea in Fiifi-Manfred should it be Moises Caicedo with Caicedo? Should it be Moises Caicedo with Kenan Drisby? Should it be Moises Caicedo with Enzo Fernandez? I want to know before even I get into that Caicedo deep-seated tactical analysis now. I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, once subscribe to the channel. Now make sure so turn your notification and now the Premier League, Eddie Babonte said the best duo in the English Premier League in terms of the attack, Brantia, your friend Cole Palmer, and Brantia, your friend Nicholas Jackson. All of them are retaining from international break. I mean, more so for Nicholas Jackson because Cole Palmer, one international break, he was away from any international break conversation. And now, so according to Data Mob, I'll say top 5 league midfielders and key passes. Cole Palmer, our highest, about 12 games. Or Chelsea 22 key passes, 12 key passes and it tells you about the creativity of Cole Palmer, of Nipo Danechi, Manchester and Dejan Kozasevsky. There's Florian Wirtz for Bayern Leverkusen, João Neves, Paris Saint-Germain, Moises Caicedo, Fiifi-Manfred, and it tells you how important it is. And in fact, see, people are now beginning to realize the importance of Moises Caicedo as a midfielder. And my kind of said that I said it last year, and may come in. Caicedo is the most complete of a midfield profile you get. He can, the only thing maybe Caicedo cannot do is just to cover too much large ground. But even this season, he's doing that. So, Ushesa equal the game number boy against Colombia, and equal the first 1-0. Ecuador played the game for 60 minutes with one man down. And Caicedo consistently was covering up. And I said, he goes to hands the ball consistent. I said, what Abrantia, your friend, N'Golo Conte will essentially do for the teams for time on what Chelsea. So, okay. time N'Golo come to watch Chelsea. I'm not saying N'Golo the same as Moises Caicedo, but he will do in terms of midfield profile what we call the hunting for the ball. Now the likes of some DMB say Rodri are more cognitive into another chamber or excellent positioning to win the ball and turn it over. But for Caicedo, you consistently hunt for the ball, and in that game against Ecuador, you could tell. Say, okay, yes, you say Caicedo downside Kakra is about how much he's not able to hunt for the ball, how much he's not able to cover large ground, but he was able to do that. And in this season, he has played in a role that fits him perfectly well as a box-to-box midfielder, consistently waiting to get the ball, consistently getting the ball back, transiting, turning over possession, playing in it. And to get to the point where Moises Caicedo Edu leveler, he is also part of the top 10 most creative passers our Europe top 5 leagues. It tells you the level of a branch friend Moises Caicedo as it stands now. But even the big one, and it's Enra Moises Caicedo girlfriend, in a long-time girlfriend. And in fact, if you read people who know a branch friend Moises Caicedo for his days as a young player or Ecuador, you see when they get on a dating since he was young, and that is the story that a lot of people like. People like love stories. And so Moises Caicedo and the girlfriend have stayed in a very, very long time. And then now the girl nice baby girl for our branch friend Moises Caicedo. And also our Instagram post now, the now for the teammate. I mean, one of the best friends in our branch friend Nicolas Jackson and our branch friend Marco Correa. And you know, came to say congratulations to him. Correa say felicidades, amigo. And our branch friend Nicolas Jackson say congrats, my brother. Talking about Moises Caicedo and how much he has done well for himself, and of course, but it also coincides new addition to the Caicedo family. Moises Caicedo on Instagram, giving birth to his baby girl, his newborn baby. How much of an excitement is it going to be for Caicedo? Say Okakobo the games of this weekend, and it coincided with the fact that we are our Chelsea Football Club Twitter handle now, and apparently Chelsea Chelsea official Twitter handle. Not just if one said Moises is the only player in the PL this season to complete 30 plus tackles, complete 500 plus passes, to win 50 plus duels, win 50 plus possession 50 times our English Premier League. Now, when you go to Liverpool, there is the conversation of Ryan Gravenberch, who has also been excellent, and Mobia and Nadal say Gravenberch hasn't been good. But you see, the context of Moises Caicedo is from where he's coming from last season. When the performances were a little bit short of the money and Uncle Forgins, okay, Chelsea are top player with this amount of money supposed to perform at this level. But this season, I think a more of the structure in which Moises Caicedo able and the double pivot he has been playing with our branch friend Romelu Lavia. He is able to leave the ball progression to Lavia. He is able to leave the lone 6, standing, holding 6, to Lavia. Once he does the hunting, box to box, or box team, no pressing and counter pressing that area, win the ball over, turn it over. And then that is why when you go and you look at the statistics for the number of creative passes in Europe, top 5 players, almost all of the guys there are creative midfielders or CMs, not DMs. But Moises Caicedo has creative passes in the very top, and it tells you the quality. Now Chelsea started here, and yet Chelsea won the fair. Almost everybody, in fact, Opta plays for fire, and Opta plays. Moises Caicedo is the only player in the Premier League this season to win 50 plus duels, we're winning 73. To win 50 plus times possession, we're winning 59. To make tackles and interceptions, 38 times. Complete 500 plus passes, we're in the 516. The best player in the league after 11 games. Nobody is close. Talking about a branch here, your friend Moises Caicedo, and in the quality he gives it. And I think that Moises Caicedo's quality, Moises Caicedo's ability to get to the top, and his success this season has come off the back of how much of the ball he's seen, how much of the different phases of football Moises Caicedo elbow. So in the build-up, he's not being tasked to do a lot of the ball progression, a lot of the turning over of possession, 7-4 ball in free, on passing. No, he doesn't do that. And more of Romeo Lavia, Juma. And Moises Caicedo box to box. And Lavia also is good without the ball, very physical. It's a one. And I think that has unleashed a branch friend Moises Caicedo to play in that regard, to control games, to dictate the pace of games, to play in almost angle opposite a branch friend Moises Caicedo, and he's getting to the top. Again, I think that, see, the Caicedo has been giving confidence. He's the kind of player where Caicedo say, I will play well, relax, and I'll play well. And he has gotten the confidence from the manager, and he's getting onto the field of play and delivering. And of course, other players around him are also playing well. it is getting into the very top, and that's why Moises Caicedo ever born. But for me, I would want to hope that one day Maresca will be able to mold the midfield of Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia, and Moises Caicedo together, because an excellent midfield in on paper. Yes, on the field of play there may be some issues of physicality, but that's something that really can happen. And I think is that once Chelsea are able to hack that, they are going to be unstoppable. And the question is that this weekend, Chelsea, anyone Moises Caicedo, anyone in Fiifi-Manfred, because if you look at games that also Abrantia, your friend Enzo Fernandez, he has been also instrumental in the Moises Caicedo, an absolute world class. As an anchor man, and I say number 6 now, he has been giving what Fabinho 80 year, sitting deep, playing closer. So on Jiboni Fecho, he's able to do that again, along with the elite mobility to cover a lot of ground, to hands for the ball, and ringy ball winning type qualities like N'Golo Kanté. The craziest thing about him is that he's also capable of playing higher up as an 8. But Maresca's double pivot is shooting a branch of Moises Caicedo, and for me, that is why he's playing to the level Moises Caicedo able to this season. He has been quality. Like I did say, in the international break, Abrantia, your friend Enzo Fernandez went to play for the Argentine national team, and he was excellent. Enzo Fernandez, so a top boy, over the international break. And for me, I'm thinking that Chelsea should play Abrantia Enzo Fernandez, especially if he's able to arrive on time to come and play football. I think that Enzo also a player here, if he begins to get a confidence, and I have a feeling, since Romeo Lavia play and Panas won't even boss our match now. See, Enzo Fernandez will probably put up a performance that will make it very difficult for Romeo Lavia to get back. Trust me. And I'm saying this based on what I've seen Enzo Fernandez do. If Enzo Fernandez truly it's me a Bokura game, and last time I catch you say for the Argentine national team, he played as a register, a deep line playmaker. Now until Rodrigo Di Paul Mechi, no control game. He had the most passes, the most touches on goal, played excellently well. And to be very honest, if Enzo Fernandez is able to get a chance to play this weekend, that's Romeo Lavia. There's a part of me that believes that Romeo Lavia injury are more precautionary than anything. There's a likelihood that he's going to go on and play. But truly, if Enzo Fernandez is able to play whilst he was in the Argentine nation, he was excellent, controlling the game as an 8. And for me, Enzo Fernandez here, the things that people are saying about Moises Caicedo, and with time, they'll say it about Enzo Fernandez. He's a world beater. I said it when Moises Caicedo retained, not all on the ball now at Chelsea, when people were talking about a lot of things about Moises Caicedo, when they were saying, player, not say, and I say. And I kept on saying, Moises Caicedo is a world beater. It's just a matter of time. And now people are getting to understand what Caicedo gives to teams, and I think that Enzo Fernandez will get there. And maybe this weekend Enzo Fernandez will get a chance to play with our branch friend Moises Caicedo against Leicester City. We are back with all the analysis of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And you draw kits, and of course, don't subscribe to the channel and subscribe. Turn your notification. We'll be back in the afternoon. 12:01 will bring you a lot of content now, and you may also will bring you another fully packed content hours on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube throughout 4-3-4-3-4-3 every day of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Don't subscribe here, subscribe. Of course, open betting code. No, so today there's no betting code, but yesterday's one is still running. Everything is going through. Open betting code. Now go to Fiifi-Manfred, our Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred, our Facebook. You can get all the betting code each day. Of course, the weekend one, huge research, and we'll bring you the best hours on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So until then,